Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
Hey, I'm Daniel.
Rex. 4 whiskeys.
1, 2. I don't know where I'm going to put these in the vault. 3, 4. These are all from now Titans. Jason and Eric Sowder.
Daniel in the distance, do you hear that?
Oh, I do.
Could it be?
It's the Sowders.
Jason and Eric, probably.
Probably.
Wait,
actually, Jason Sowder is going to be here. He's here today.
Oh.
He's teaching Whiskey 1 tomorrow with me.
Yeah.
He's a Somm.
Yeah.
Eric's just an asshole. And
I hate
useless
that guy.
human being.
Oh my gosh. But he's in this one. So.
Yeah, so he's probably fine.
Was this Motor City?
Yeah.
Dude, didn't we just have...
We did love Motor City.
Yeah, we're very impressed. Very impressed. You see, like, think about this. You're going down the aisle and you see Motor City gas.
Yeah.
You're not expecting anything special out of that.
That's maybe a mistake on the labeling. But, these are the guys who are like, we have so many random experiences of doing we can't even barely keep up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an example of said problem.
So they have Irish style
Irish
whiskey.
style, it's unmalted and malted.
Marris Otter.
All Marris Otter, that's
ours. Sounds familiar. Chocolate roasted single malt.
So the chocolate roasted malt.
And rye malt whiskey.
Rye malt. So because this is probably the lightest, I'm going to start with Irish.
Yeah.
Then we're going to do rye malt.
Yeah.
Then we're going to A/B compare the plain malt and the roasted malt.
Okay, you're saying lighter, not only color, but also used barrels?
Well, I don't know if it's used barrels, but my guess is, because I couldn't find anything about these written up, so they probably just told you at the distillery.
Yeah.
But if it's true Irish style, that would be used oak, unmalted barley in the recipe, and probably triple distilled.
Yeah. Most likely going in an ex-bourbon barrel.
This is 4 years old, and it's this light, so that's got to be a used barrel, right?
Used barrel,
Even that far up in Michigan, you're still going to get darker than that.
I'm going in.
Ooh,
that is
fruit, peaches, canned peaches.
Okay. You're not wrong, but there's that really sweet maltiness wrapped around that peach.
There's the grain is forward, so it's peaches and granola.
Yeah, it's really nice nose. Damn.
Maybe a kind of a slightly tart pear note. Really fruity.
So I know you said it.
No, this one.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know you said it, but the game is I try not to listen. Michigan.
Yeah.
Royal Oak, Michigan.
Yeah, it's like Detroit.
Who would have thought Michigan is throwing down some really impressive, wide-scale experimentation? Again, this is based on like one out of these, but we had the Motor City. It's like, damn, that's the kind of thing that you're hoping for every time you get into another one of these craft whiskeys you've never heard of.
These guys are really kind of hitting it out of the park so far.
Yeah, impressive.
Can I tell you?
Impressive execution.
How excited I am.
None of the stereotypical notes that you get from so many of the craft offerings there.
You know your favorite Northwestern, that sort of like nutty.
Oh, the nuttiness?
Yeah, a lot of times it comes from roasted malts.
Yeah.
We're about to find out whether they pulled that one off too.
Okay.
All right, but first let's try the Irish.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Tangy.
Oh, okay. The first half, exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, I get like the dry barrel tanniny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
But tangy. It's tangy.
Yeah. It sets me up
it's
perfectly
called barley legal. 43.3%.
Gosh, I think it's been a long time since I really liked the personality, the scope of offerings, and the quality of the whiskey so much.
All together in a package.
Except the name of the distillery is like, it doesn't convey like the impressiveness that you guys got going on back there.
Yeah. It really doesn't.
I mean, eventually it's one of those things where, people associate the name with good quality stuff, it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
But when you're new, that's tricky.
Well, they're not that new, evidently. They got 5-year-old whiskeys in here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm going to go back and see if I get the exact mirror on the nose in the first half, and then if it shifts hard again, or if it just starts to meld together.
Green apple shows up.
On the nose? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah, I get not green apple. It went in the other direction. I got a little bit more of like a butterscotch. Yeah.
Yeah. I like everything about that except there's this slight little tart tanginess to the end that kind of leaves me hanging.
Okay. Yeah, the finish isn't the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say comparing it on the spectrum of what I want out of the Motor, I can't remember the damn name, fellas. Come on.
See?
Motor City Gas Whiskey.
Yeah.
What I expect from them at this point, the finish doesn't really take me home. Everything running up to that's really nice.
Last week that finish was really great.
Oh,
it lingered. The bourbon.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That may be a result of the used barrels. Let's get into the other stuff.
Maybe we're being hard on them because everything we've had is so good.
Yes, I was about to say.
We're nitpicking.
We're nitpicking because once you have shown yourself capable of really impressive stuff, then to find like the small little sliver that's not great. It's not ideal. But if we're being fair, the finish on that compared to most other craft,
Still good.
it's damn respectable.
Yeah. This is rye malt. So you can malt rye, right? So rye malt.
They get so much flavor out of the nose here. It's just very present, very rich, multi-layered.
Cut grass and red apples.
Okay.
And then
I'm with
Jolly
you.
Rancher.
I'm with you on the red apples. You go Jolly Rancher? Okay, I'm still looking for the
candied.
grass. I'm still looking for the grass.
Not mulchy, but just
See, I
like-
get potpourri wicker.
Yeah, I could see that oiliness of that.
Yeah. It's another really nice nose. A rye malt whiskey. That's a really nice nose. So we're naming flavors, but just the niceness, though.
It's nice. Is that the new smooth?
It's nice. It's just nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, you know what I like about this whiskey? It's nice.
Nice.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
See, there's a finish. See, there's a finish.
Oh, dude, it's a caramel rice spice with
Brown
the vanilla.
sugar.
Ooh, yeah.
Snickerdoodle.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's probably one of the nicer rice I've had in a minute.
Damn.
That, you know what? They're really kind of showing off.
We could do anything.
Well,
Literally anything.
think about it. The vast majority of distilleries out
Yeah.
there, especially the ones that are very established and well known, they have a relatively narrow product line.
Yeah, this is what we hit, and we hit it all the time.
Yeah. But they're just blasting in every direction, and they're doing it so far
Yeah.
very competently,
Yeah.
sometimes very impressively.
At least decent,
Yeah.
if not damn.
Yeah. This is decent. There's nothing I would turn my nose up at, especially given the spectrum
Yeah.
of grading on the curve of craft in the States right now. This is, that's special. That is by far something that is above and beyond most rye malt offerings. You went back though? You didn't wait for me?
No, I couldn't. Like, you were talking, and I was just thinking about how good it tasted and how I wanted another sip of it. 47.6.
Yeah.
Relatively low proof on these.
Yeah. You know what'd be funny? If we did another Hidden Gem episode, it's just all
It's Motor City.
Motor City gas.
Yes, it's 100%. We got 10 hidden gems. The next one, you're not going to believe. Motor City.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wah, wah.
I need something to be really bad at this point.
Okay, well, maybe it's going to be the chocolate malt. I have a hard time thinking that they're going to up Marris Otter, because Marris Otter is just a standard great barley. So left, Marris Otter, right, chocolate malt. And let's drink the Marris Otter first.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do need some distance from this rye, because it's very clingy. The finish is still with me from the rye. Do you have, you know what? Let's just get some of that antibacterial hand soap.
And just sip it?
Yeah.
I have a water that I have been drinking out of for like 2 months, but that's about all I can offer. You want to try it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, no. Here's one from last week.
Oh, nice.
This is the one I've been using.
All right, this is a fresh used water instead of an old used water.
Okay, left, Marris Otter.
Really quick. just to distract a little bit. You ever think about how little water we add to whiskey to get that difference?
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know what? When we take a big old swig of water, that same accumulative number of drops just in the mouth,
yes,
like it's going to change.
It is.
This is why it's like so subjective.
Well, and also this is why when I'm doing barrel samples in the blending room, I don't cleanse with water until I'm ready to wait for a while.
Yeah.
To let my saliva take back over again.
Yeah.
But you can't do a sip of water and move right on to the next palate.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
How do you kick up your saliva glands? How do you make yourself really really drooly?
I just do
You flip through catalogs of like black V-necks and be like,
yeah.
oh my god,
that looks delicious.
so good. That flat cap, oh,
Yeah.
that Flavor Flav, the bling, oh.
Look at that seared tofu. It's just dripping.
All right, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna start Marris Otter first, the one on the left. Bing.
Yeah, that distance helped for sure.
Ooh,
There's like a roll-up,
nice.
like a strawberry roll-up on the nose.
Yeah, it's still fruity, but it's a little bit more buttery, like butterscotchy.
Okay, all right. Okay.
This has got a little bit more of that malt green kind of.
It's I would say the green, for me, it's less of a grass vegetal and more of like a green apple. Because you got green apple on the other thing. I wasn't getting that.
But I mumbled.
Okay. I wasn't getting green apple on this other one. I was getting a green apple, almost Jolly Rancher on this.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's try a sip. Oh. It's good. I feel like this is more like the Irish, where it's like, that's good, but it doesn't blow me away.
Yeah.
Man, our standards just got really high for these guys.
They really did.
Because if this had been any other craft guy, I would have been like,
holy
nice
hell,
malt.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
I would also put these two on the same level. I think the Rye Malt right now, that's a cut above.
Yeah.
That was something special.
Okay.
You got to give it another approach.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Let's try the chocolate nose.
You want to go right to this one?
Oh, yeah.
Right to this one?
Smell that.
Yeah.
That's the most dramatic nose. I don't know if I'm going to like that one.
It's in very oiled wood.
How old is that?
Kind of like it a lot.
It does not.
It smells potent.
This one smells young.
Almost a savory, salty quality on that nose.
Yeah.
You say
it smells like the grain is still in charge.
Okay. But
Like it hasn't leveled out.
Yeah, but the wood, it's showing up. Like that oily,
No, I
rich
agree. But
wood
so
character.
we have this impact where some of our smaller barrels of our single malt, the Malt of Magnificence, that sometimes the wood starts to take over, but when you smell it, it still smells young. So it's both woody and young at the same time. It means that the wood impact accelerated too fast to allow the chemical decomposition of the grain impact.
Yeah.
And so
they need a minute to kind of relax. Relax.
Typically, what we try to do at that point is move it into a different barrel, a used barrel, or proof it down a little bit.
You know what? I think I'm going to like this one better. There's nothing wrong with the Marris Otter. I think I'm going to like the chocolate roasted single malt. I thought that said sriracha malt for a second. It's handwritten.
Yeah.
Sriracha malt? Whoa. All right. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, it's sort of.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
There's
that's
the
the nuttiness. Oh my gosh, the nuttiness.
So strong. So now you know where it comes from.
The nuttiness. Oh my god.
But it took over.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, but
I love it so much.
everywhere else it's a subtle accent.
Come on. It's like, imagine your favorite flavor in all of whiskey. They turn that flavor just a big old baseball bat.
It's
and
like-
then they smash you right in the teeth with that big old baseball bat of your
ever-
favorite flavor.
You ever have the people who like
Wow.
to eat the peanut butter filling in the Reese's
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
It's like you took those people and you gave them a bowl full of the peanut butter filling and said, go ahead, eat it.
Yeah.
No
So,
chocolate to go with it.
those that are a fan of Westland,
Man.
right? You like that. It's like a nutty, almost like a coffee kind of note in there. Damn, though. If
Mach
you just had a
10.
whiskey, that's all of that. Oh, okay.
That is too much for me, man.
No, so
That
good.
is-
It is.
That's like getting a block of fudge where you're like, after one bite, you're like, it was my limit.
What's your favorite
really.
flavor in the world?
I don't know that I've ever thought of that. I don't know. Well, I mean, okay, can I say something I love?
Sure.
Really addicted to garlic bread.
Okay. Now, if you had
No, I know. Because I did it by accident.
garlic bread cranked to 12.
Yeah, no, I know. I did it by accident. It's not great.
No, it's really
I
good.
one time put
It's
way
really
too much butter and way too much garlic salt
Yeah.
and way too much herbs.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let's really do this thing. In the oven, it'll soak in.
Yeah.
It didn't soak in.
Chocolate roasted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, it didn't soak in. Yeah, that's just too much, man. I gotta say, I'm going back to the Marris Otter.
It's like, you said it, you nailed it right out of the gate.
Yeah.
It's the inside of a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, just intensity and
So rich, so buttery with that nuttiness. I understand it's peanut butter, but yeah.
Oof,
No.
you lost
Well,
me.
no. Oh, you had me at hello.
This is such the like arrogant bastard ale type approach.
No, this
where
is
they're like, you don't even deserve to drink this.
This is a very exciting moment for me because
Now.
the Westland is like, oh, I love this note, it's very consistent, and then like, well, what are they doing? It's like, I think it's some chocolate roasted malt in there. It's like, well, we had some other things, and it's kind of hit or miss. It's like, well, there's a chocolate roasted, and not really getting in this one. It wasn't until this moment, it's like, oh no, that's
Definitely
it.
that. Yeah.
Clear as day.
No question.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so good. All right, let's go back to the Marris Otter.
I'm gonna go back. I already did, and it's invisible now.
Oh, compared to
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the rye and see if the rye can punch through the density.
All right, the Marris Otter compared to the chocolate roasted single malt.
Yeah, just sort of.
It's just light, almost a strawberry fruitiness, a little bit of a sugary sweetness on the finish there.
And then it's gone.
And then you went back to
But the rye still smells.
Yeah, the rye is
It's there.
It's special, man. So,
It's root beer cola cherry.
yeah. All right, in order of my preferences, chocolate roasted single malt, rye, these two are a tie for third. For everybody else's preferences, I'm saying rye, chocolate roasted
No.
single malt.
No.
You're dead to me.
Marris.
And then these two are
Marris Irish.
You would put Marris above
chocolate.
the Irish?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's fun though.
Yeah. Dude, Motor City Gas. I'm going to try to remember the name. I remember the label.
Yeah.
I was like, that's an unimpressive label for a very impressive whiskey. Watch it be like their mom who did the label, and I was like, oh, I like those guys until he
It's all in-house.
Until he made mom
It's
cry.
like, yeah, the distillers are all like, Jake, they loved our whiskey. And
Right.
like, don't let mom watch it.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sonny, I discovered after buying Redbreast 12-year whiskey, my brother buying TX bourbon. We did a taste test last night, and I mean, she's definitely a bourbon girl. Problem is, we both love this bourbon. It's a very good bourbon. The TX, it's a beautiful bourbon.
Yes.
It was the pecan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pecan yeast. Wild pecan yeast.
We both love this bourbon, and not very fond of the Redbreast. How dare you? Please, no one get mad at me. Too late. This is just my taste buds going in a different direction than others. I tried to put the couple of drops of water in both. The bourbon, so good. I do think that bourbon would behave well.
Oh, yeah, because Texas and it's rich and oily.
The Redbreast was okay, just not as good as the TX to me. I'm still going to continue trying different whiskeys and bourbons, giving my palate time to see what the future holds. Thank you, MBs. You guys have opened my eyes to a whole new world of flavors.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you,
You can
Sonny.
send all the Redbreast to Rex
Yeah. I will help
that you don't like.
Here, let me help you. Kelson Kalilung. I'm so excited ever since they announced they were releasing more Hakushu 12.
Yeah.
I just managed to snag one. I've been waiting a long time for them to come in stock at my Total Wine. They're releasing more Japanese.
I had not heard this,
Yeah.
but I need to know if that's true. Because today I went to 3 different liquor stores looking
Yeah.
for stuff for the whiskey class.
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
No.
Anywhere.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
who's getting Hakushu?
Yeah,
Where do you live?
Yeah.
Because I need some.
Like home address.
Because we have like 2 bottles
Publicly in the comments.
mostly empty.
Yeah.
I definitely need to track down more of that.
I was talking to a guy who's been in the SOM class. This is a common thing that I hear.
Okay.
They tell me, don't go in there without a plan. I thought, I'll be fine. And then you stand there, and it's the problem of overchoice.
Oh yeah, you're just standing here looking around going like,
Yeah.
Because after graduation,
Yeah.
we say, there's the vault.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah,
It's yours. That's your reference library.
Yeah.
And everyone walks in and they'll spin. I've seen someone one time went in. I'm not going to name them.
Yeah.
They came in and they came out 45 minutes later. I know because I was sitting outside. I'd finished a whole cigar. 45 minutes later, they walk out and they're empty-handed. I was like, so what have you tried? They're like, I've just been walking around and other people are pouring and I'm smelling.
Right.
But I can't commit to a glass.
Yeah.
And he's like, I needed to get outside and just like clear my head. I'm gonna go back in and try to pick something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man,
It's like, dude,
you're in trouble.
that's when you got to break the seal.
Yeah, just pour
You just
anything.
Close your eyes, touch a bottle, pour it, and then now you're off to the races. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, fight for
If you
friends.
steal, may you steal your liver stars.
And if you drink,
May you drink with us.